Hey, what's going on? Tragick back. Um, Looks a bit different, probably. Different computer. My computer's having technical difficulties. So if you notice I'm not uploading a lot of videos, that's why I don't like recording on this thing. But I do want to upload some videos. So let's get right into wrestling. Um, Basically, my Raw review. I'll talk a little bit about those things at the end, but a lot of things been happening this last week in wrestling. I don't know if I got to do a review last week, but this week was pretty awesome. I actually thought it was a pretty good Raw. Um, listen, I started off and I wasn't really in a wrestling mood this Monday, and I actually got stopped um, watching the Raw, and and then I kept saying things on since reference to American Badass that got me that I heard the promo was really good with Triple H, what he said between him and Michaels. Then then what really made me basically get up and stop fucking around online was a reference to the American Badass. Now a lot of people, they don't like the American Badass thing, and I'll admit I didn't like it at first, but after it had run its course, and as I look back on it, and after basically I believe when Undertaker had made a disappearance after being the American Badass, I look back on it and I'm like, well, you know what? It was a good change, and it saved the Dead Man gimmick, I think, because then he got to go back to it, and now it makes it even better. But now that he's going to actually probably end his career with the American Badass gimmick, it kind of makes sense because that's what he really is, you know. And if you really think about it, like if someone's going to end their career in a way that they're going to be able to come out and talk, after their career is over, this is the way to go out. Um, it's cool. He did his Dead Man gimmick. He did the comic book character for like forever, for the most part of his career. So it's time, I guess, he could end his career in a way that, um, in his career in a way that he can, come out and talk, like Shawn Michaels, come back numerous times. So if this is going to be his last WrestleMania, it would be awesome to go out like this as the American Badass. But I actually think he probably may go out like this so that he can come back as the American Badass, numerous times. But there you go. So we did see. So going with that, I'm gonna start right with the Big Bang thing. Is that Triple H, Shawn Michaels promo? A lot of people said it didn't make sense, or it just didn't kind of. Shawn Michaels talked out of his ass. But I mean, if you watch these two guys for their entire careers, how they've been in the ring, all the feuds they've had together, it didn't really sound any different. It's everybody's a critic nowadays, and everybody wants to debate over wrestling. Sit back and just watch it as a fan, for God's sakes. I mean, it's not. To me, I sit back and yes, I critique things and things, but sometimes you just gotta sit back and say, "Fuck it," and watch it as a wrestling fan. And this right here is the epitome of what wrestling should be. Um, Promos, good promos, long promos, trying to draw to a really, really great story, and it is. This is going to be probably one of the best stories we've seen in the past 10 years in the WWE, is the Undertaker and Triple H thing that has drawn on, and it's probably going to end up ending Undertaker's career, possibly Triple H's career. You don't know. We all don't know how long Triple H is going to wrestle. If he's maybe going to take the high road and end his career early, who knows? Um, this kind of matters, I think, what Vince has in store for Triple H. If he's going to let him, do things behind the scenes, or really have reins on the company. I think this kind of matters. If the relationship between Stephanie McMahon and Triple H is going to last, and if it does, then what he was talking about on Raw, it's going to happen. With him being able to, run the WWE, have kind of have control over a huge major wrestling company. So basically, everything Triple H said, was true. That's what made it so great. You know, real life situations being put into it. Um, basically, everything else happened on Raw. I mean, the Raw Elimination Chamber, both the Elimination Chambers are extremely weak. And what I found out, spoiler alert, you don't want to hear anything about SmackDown, turn it off now. And I'll talk about Raw for a second, but here in a second, I will be spoiling stuff that happens on SmackDown this week. All right. So Raw, we got CM Punk, we got R-Truth, uh, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Chris Jericho, and Kofi Kingston. I mean, it's better than the SmackDown one, especially after what we're going to find out after Friday. But good lord, I mean, this is what, fellas, this is what we got, buddy. This is our main event roster on Raw, and this is sad. I mean, minus John Cena and Kane, but they're off doing other things right now, and and the reason because of that is, and I won't want to see John Cena in the main event. He shouldn't have to be in the main event. There's guys that they need to get ready, and I guess it's a good thing because they have to get these guys ready for the main event level. So it's good that they're throwing these guys at CM Punk and giving them all opportunity to come up. And Miz is already up there; he's already main event. But they're giving all these guys a chance. Kofi's getting a chance to shine, uh, which I think is the second elimination chamber match. I think he was in one last year. I'm pretty sure he was in one last year. Um, we get Dolph, and we get Dolph to be in elimination chamber. I think for the first time ever, they said R-Truth. I don't know if he. I think he might have been in one last year too. Not quite sure. No, then stop it. Um, but yeah, I mean, but realistically, who even thinks anybody's gonna? The only people that you really expect to win the Elimination Chamber is possibly Chris Jericho or a CM Punk, and they're probably gonna face each other at WrestleMania. You're already seeing it. They've already kind of let the cat out of the bag, unless I kind of see the tease, and I'm gonna call it right here, and I would not doubt that the WWE pulls us in another direction and takes the Miz versus Jericho at WrestleMania because you saw a hint of that. Him looking at Jericho and kind of going, talking all crap to him. So watch it. WWE, I know you. I got your back. I see you trying to pull these swerve things on us. Who knows? Um, but I might do a WrestleMania predictions video here in a moment. I got some changes to my WrestleMania predictions video. Well, actually, no, probably not. Just the Jericho Miz thing, I'm thinking could happen now, but they're kind of switching it up. I just think they're trying to be unpredictable and kind of make you want to think things. So I really think it's going to be Jericho and Punk, but I just think they threw out that little tease with the Miz and Jericho just saying that, well, we could do this. And hell, who knows? They may not even know what the hell they're doing right now. But just in case an injury happens or something, they're probably kind of setting that up a little bit. But then let's go to the SmackDown one. And like I said, spoiler alert, you had your time. If not, you better stop it real quick right now. So Randy Orton is going to be injured. He cannot wrestle in the Elimination Chamber. So I guess they're going to have a battle royal on SmackDown. It's already been taped, and I have to be excited, so I have to say it. My man, who I got through the contest, Mr. Route. Thank you for having a bonus contest. I don't know how I didn't make it in the original one, but anyway, I'm not no hard feelings. I got in. He did the second one. And I got I believe it was like 19. I got number 9 or 19. Ended up being Santino Marella. And yes, he is your replacement for Randy Orton at the Elimination Chamber. Wouldn't it be awesome if Santino Marella walked out with the World Championship? And I mean, I have to be honest, I have to cheer Santino on this year, but give me a break. How can I cheer him on in the Elimination Chamber? This is very hard to even believe for Vince McMahon to even believe that Santino could have an opportunity to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Come on. So I'm cheering him on, and I hope he lasts till the very end against Daniel Bryan, and everybody's cheering. But he's going to go out probably, probably second or third. He'll probably go out second or third, but I think he'll have a good showing, and he'll look good. He always does look good. I just hope they don't make him go out first. I think they should have, I mean, my prediction for Elimination Chamber would be for Daniel Bryan to probably going to walk out with the championship again. He's probably going to walk out. It's kind of not going to make any sense if like Wade Barrett walks out with the title. It's like what? But I could see them throwing Great Khali and have him win the Elimination Chamber, which would be total. What the f is going on if they make Khali win the championship and go into WrestleMania and basically have Sheamus defeat a Giant at WrestleMania 28? I could see that crazy thing happening. So I'm going to throw it out there right now. Is my predictions for the winner of the Elimination Chamber. I don't see anybody else winning except for Kali and Daniel Bryan. If the Big Show wins, it's a big what the fuck, and it doesn't even need to happen, and it shouldn't happen. So there you go. There's my predictions. I don't think anybody's gonna win except for Santino and the Great Khali. Now, what happened on Raw? You say I'm going off a stray. Well, I had to talk about the Elimination Chambers, get them out of the way. So there wasn't really. I liked Raw. I did. I like it. Whole Zack Ryder thing about, and that kind of made me want to watch it too. And saying something about somebody posted something in the description uh, for the Raw review on here. Something about Cena shows his side or something. Shows us a different side. Now, maybe you want to watch thinking he's a heel turn. Hell no. No heel. What am I thinking? When am I going to learn that they're not going to give him a heel turn, like, yet? I ultimately think, though, that all about the heel turn and everything like that, WrestleMania. And if they don't do it at WrestleMania, then it's going to be a wasted opportunity. If you want to get a great WrestleMania moment, there you go. You want to make WrestleMania historic this year with John Cena and The Rock? Make him turn heel at WrestleMania 28. There you go. I don't know how you're going to do it, but there's your opportunity. Have him turn heel at WrestleMania 28. You know, have him do the attitude adjustment like once on The Rock. Doesn't do it. Have him do the five knuckle shuffle. It don't work. And right after he does the second attitude adjustment and The Rock kicks out of it, have him go ballistic. Have him snap. And have him, go absolutely ape shit. And just basically have him cheating. Start having him pull a chain out. Beat The Rock by cheating. Do something like that. There you go. There you go. Cena heel turn. Have him cut a promo afterwards. And after all the fans are booing him, which they won't. This is the thing. It's just like they're trying. You can see this, and if you can't see this, nobody else is commenting on this on the other videos. Do they not see this? They are trying to turn John Cena heel. It's not working, dude. Go back, watch Raw this week. Go back, watch Cena. Watch Cena. Yeah, watch Cena too. Watch Raw this week. They're trying to turn him heel. It's not working. Because they had him push down Zack Ryder, an injured Zack Ryder, who is one of the most popular internet stars today. Zack Ryder, who has been pushed extremely through YouTube, who has been basically forced down our throat by the internet fans that they want to see pushed to the extreme. Zack Ryder. Who is injured? Zack Ryder. Who's the reason that Zack Ryder is injured? John Cena. Who continually cost Zack Ryder to get injured? John Cena. Who stole Zack Ryder's girlfriend? John Cena. Who tried to knock down Zack Ryder this week? And the crowd still reacted in a good way and a bad way. John Cena. They can't turn him heel. They're having the hell of a time doing it because they're trying to. They're trying to. But people keep cheering him. Stop it. Oh my God, people. If you're out there, if you're a John Cena fan, look at this. Oh my God. I know you love John Cena, but in order to get a John Cena heel turn, we have to boo him. We have to boo John Cena. If we don't boo John Cena, they're not going to turn him heel. Oh my God. It's like, oh my, I'm sitting there watching this though, and I'm like, they're trying to turn him heel. I'm like, they so are trying to turn him heel. But we just, the fans of John Cena will not let it go. They will not let him get turned heel. So this is a major problem. And I mean, everything else kind of overshadows, the Elimination Chamber and the John Cena Kane thing, ambulance match, whatever. And it's already, Oh my god. The WWE creative team are the dumbest mother effers I have ever known. They just told you on Raw what was going to happen. Kane comes out and tells you, I'm going to disfigure John Cena. I'm going to injure John Cena so that he doesn't show his face until WrestleMania. Seriously? He just told us what they were going to do. So what is the point of you watching the Elimination Chamber? No need to put that match on because you just told us what was going to happen. So the Elimination Chamber, my prediction, they're going to put John Cena in action, and he's not going to show his face until WrestleMania. No other things are going to happen. You're not going to see John Cena. You're not going to. You're probably going to see more of The Rock than John Cena going into WrestleMania, and this will end up inevitably, I think. And there's, like I said, I'll do another WrestleMania predictions video here coming up, probably in another week or so. Hopefully, I'll have either another computer or uh, other computer will start working. I'll have this computer for a while, so I'll definitely do another review, another predictions video. But this definitely shit's gonna change because, like I said, things are changing. So I will definitely keep my predictions video up to fresh. But I told you my original predictions video, so go back and look at my original predictions video. Um, 'Cause, I mean, probably a lot of stuff is the same though. But if I said, I really don't know how, but I think John Cena's going to win this year at WrestleMania, and they're trying to make it as good as possible. It's going to come out looking sparkling clean. But if they don't get a heel turn off at WrestleMania, it's going to be horrible. We're not going to buy it. It's going to be a horrible match. I just hope they can pull a dirty dog out of this damn thing. That's all I'm saying. Uh, yeah. But yeah, what's going to happen at WrestleMania or at Elimination Chamber is John Cena's going to be injured. He's going to be taken out on a stretcher. Not going to show up until WrestleMania, and then that's going to build up heat. Something's going to happen between then and there. I don't know. They're going to wait until WrestleMania, and they better capitalize and do something about the heel turn, or it's going to be horrible. But everything else happened on Raw. I hope to God they're going to have a. I hope they're building toward a Karma versus Beth Phoenix match at WrestleMania because I would assume that's what they want to do. I mean, the women's division's not really. They're not really like, oh well, they haven't had a world title shot in a long time, so they don't really deserve. No, women's title usually is like basically, you know, Kim shows up, she's in a fight, Kelly, and it don't really matter. I'm just saying, throwing names out there, but they really don't matter. People will show up and go, okay, I want to win this title shot. All right, whatever. So if they're going to do a Karma bet thing, they don't really have to give it time, really. But I'm probably going to assume that Tamina's going to probably get if she doesn't beat Beth Phoenix. Um, if she doesn't beat Beth Phoenix and it comes out clean that Beth Phoenix beat Tamina, um, it's probably going to be a dirty thing that happens. Um, may possibly see like a triple threat at WrestleMania for the women's title. That'd be kind of interesting. I don't think we've ever had, at least not recently, had like a triple threat kind of women's title match. So that would be kind of cool to see Tamina win the belt, and then basically Karma, Beth Phoenix, and Tamina maybe in a WrestleMania match. I think I predicted a while back that it was going to be Beth Phoenix and Karma to end up at WrestleMania. And I'm still sticking with that. I still think that's going to happen, but Tamina might get thrown in the mix there. Maybe her being the women's champion and going in because I really do think that what Tamina is going to stick around. If they're not as fucking dumb as they have been lately, they need to. Natalia needs to stick around. Tamina needs to stick around for the future of the company. They gotta keep those girls around. They're second generation, third generation, whatever you want to call them. Women's wrestlers. I don't know what the lineage is really. All the way, I just know their dads were in wrestling, so they need to keep them around. They got it in their blood. You know they're gonna do good, so you need to keep Natalia around. You need to keep Tamina around. You need to keep Karma around. So, Beth Phoenix is a great great women's wrestler. You need to keep her around as well. Um, you can't keep getting rid of these women wrestlers because you can't have all the bimbos, in the ring, and you got to have somebody that can work with them. So I really do think WrestleMania you need to have three really great women's wrestlers or two great women's wrestlers. I mean, Awesome Kong's not really. I don't think like she can wrestle, but her gimmick is she's big, she can move. She's well respected around the world. So it'd be cool to have Awesome Kong, maybe draw some fans in just to see her at WrestleMania for the first time. I don't think she was there last year. I don't believe so. So I think Awesome Kong deserves to be at, Karma deserves to be at WrestleMania. They didn't get to use her really this much this year or in 2011, but 2012, yeah, I think it's gonna be Karma time, buddy. It's gonna be Karma's all gonna be all over the damn place. It's gonna be a completely different women's division this year. Um, you're gonna see a lot of different, I think, changes come about in the women's division, and I think the bimbo time needs to come to an end. They need to get the women's wrestlers in there and start building up that division really, really good. Um, we're never going to see a tag team title in the women's division. It's not necessary in the WWE. They don't need to introduce any more titles than what they got right now. But as we see, we haven't seen Jack Swagger on TV, so I kind of hope we see a U.S. title match at WrestleMania. My prediction: whoever faces Jack Swagger at WrestleMania, if he does get the spot at Mania, which I think Swagger should. Um, if anything, hell, you know, do some sort of gimmick match and put like multiple people in a U.S. title match, a Mania. Have somebody from SmackDown win the belt. Have somebody like a Justin Gabriel or something like that win the belt. And then when the draft comes, maybe draft him or have him come to, or yeah, just have him come to Raw. How about that? Justin Gabriel come to Raw. I think Justin Gabriel's time has come. I think, he's a good wrestler. I think he should probably win the belt and come to Raw or somebody else, like, as much as everybody bashes him, I think that if you give, now I'm your name blank. The guy that's been feuding with Sheamus, the Indian guy, I can't think of his name. Uh, I'm drawing the name blank. I'm sorry. That guy. You know what I'm talking about. The Indian guy that was with Kali before. I think his time has come too. I think if you put the U.S. belt on him or put the Intercontinental title on him, they're not going to put the Intercontinental title on him, but they'll maybe put the U.S. belt on him, do something like that, have him come to Raw. Um, there you go. I actually think it would build his character up more. It would, put a lot of stature on his, staying power in the WWE. So something like that. Sure, there's not really going to talk about the matches. They had basically all Elimination Chamber matches. Kofi and Jericho had a good match. The I guess the whole talk was about Randy Orton and Big Show. Um, People kind of wonder where he got injured at because Big Show did that one thing and he didn't take the move right. Um, so kind of makes you wonder if that's what caused his injury. And if it was, Big Show's gonna be in a doghouse. So anything involving Big Show in the World Championship probably went out the window if he caused Randy Orton's injury. Then my guess is the injury already happened, and maybe they thought the injury was okay. Originally he was injured and he came back too early. I don't know. You never know with the WWE about their injuries, if they're real or they're not. They're just trying to play off, trying to make it a big deal when he shows up for Mania. But anyway, uh, so last little topic I'm gonna talk about. I'll talk about TNA real quick. What's there to talk about? I mean, really. Um, Not really much to talk about with TNA. It's looking shady right now, and I really hope they're not going in this direction. I haven't finished this week's Impact yet, but I heard the reviews of what happened. Or I heard what happened against All Odds. That's what I watched last week's Impact. Impact is going to happen tonight. Um, I heard things that happened against All Odds make people think that Sting's going to have a program against Bobby Roode soon. I hope it's not true. I mean, that's what the way people act like. That's what that's what happened. That's the view. I hope to God that's not what they're doing. Sting needs to stay out of the wrestling picture. I'm sorry. I love Sting to death. You ask anybody. I mean, I'm one of the, I'm a Sting fanatic. I like Sting. I've liked him in WCW days. But it's time. He needs to just set aside. He's good in the role he's in now. He's still getting out there. If he wrestles every once in a while on TV, as a gimmick, just wrestling on Impact, that's cool. That's cool. They need to advertise it first, so it helps the ratings. Or do it like Down for the Warrior, or something like that. Um, but I mean, it's his career's about done. I mean, he probably has a few good matches in him, but let's save his career a little bit. Not have him wrestle as much, and it'll make it worth more when he does wrestle on Impact. And I mean, give the young guys a shot because I mean, getting more. He just gave the belt to Bobby Roode, and then people are already speculating that Sting's going to go on a program with Bobby Roode. And I mean, if it is, I hope he got like a lot of people are saying. I hope it is to put Bobby Roode over and to make him look even better because he probably needs it. I don't think he does need it because hell, if you think about it, if you look at the ratings haven't really decreased any. So it kind of proves that Bobby Roode's doing the same thing Angle was doing, Jeff Jarrett was doing, all these other big stars were doing. Bobby Roode and James Storm are still pulling in those numbers. Same numbers they were pulling in, so not really no difference. So it kind of shows you that you could have did this like a year ago, and it would have still drew the same amount of people. Getting close to 30 minutes, I don't want to go over 30 minutes. I don't want to make a super long video like that. Otherwise, Smoke. I guess Samoa Joe and Magnus. I think they won the tag belts. I'm thinking. I didn't want to rewind the video, see if it was what that's what somebody said that I watch on here on YouTube, but um, off the rope show had the review of Against the Odds, and that's what I watched. And I'm pretty sure they said Joe and Magnus won the tag belts, which it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I guess that's the only way they can further the feud is to have them win the tag belts, so they can continue this feud. And well, ultimately, Schleg Daddy's been saying is that Crimson, kind of looks like Crimson and Matt Morgan's probably going to end up breaking up. They're too big and they're young stars and they don't need to be in this tag team crap. Which Joe and Magnus, given that Magnus ain't really a established star, once this feud is done with, and once Joe and them can pass on the belts to someone else, by that time Magnus will be an established wrestler and people will respect him more. Fans will be behind him more since he's with Joe, and he'll be able to go off and do, you know, he'll be able to go off and do good singles career probably in TNF and Impact, whatever TNF Impact does somewhere. So yeah. Now, I forgot what I was going to talk about. I really did. Um, I'm probably just going to do a random rants video after this, so stay tuned if you want to watch that. Um, there you go. This has been my Raw review / TNA, but hey, I tell you at the beginning of the thing I'm doing TNA, so it's going to be a Raw review. Sorry about the video. It's shitty. Like I said, computer crashed. Blah, blah. Bear with me. Tragick.weebly.com. Check it out. Don't know how much longer that's going to be the official website, but check it out. See if you like what I'm doing. If not, tell me what I should do. Um, Working on things. If you see things on there and it doesn't make much sense and there's nothing posted or it looks like something that I haven't changed because I added pages and I haven't edited the pages yet. But this is basically what I want it to look like on the website. So definitely go check out Tragick.weebly.com. I hope the audio is working because it seems like everybody's videos are effed up lately with YouTube. So for Brad Tragick, this has been the Roll Review.